Hi, I'm Jana. And this is a Real Mom car tour in Ann Arbor, Michigan, because this week I'm driving the 2025 Ford Explorer, and it is a mid-cycle refresh, so it's not a complete redesign, but there's a lot of new tech that's gonna blow your mind. We have some exterior updates and design changes that I think are really great, and we're keeping it simple. There's only 4 trim levels to choose from. And I'm gonna tell you what I like and what you need to know in this quick tour.
If you're new here, I'm glad you found me. Hi, I'm Jana, and I give Real Mom car tours. I am a boy mom, auto enthusiast, and I'm an Aquarius, which means my life and sometimes these tours are a little bit chaotic, but they are fun. So buckle up and let's get back to it.
So I'm gonna show you what I liked and what you need to know about the 2025 Ford Explorer. Let's start with the 4 trim levels. We have Active. And this is the active trim level. This is your entry-level trim level that's gonna start around $40,000. And you're still gonna get so many great standard features inside of Active. Next in line, you have ST Line, which I don't have one to show you right now. Then you have Platinum, and this baby, the white Platinum I have here, is fully loaded. It has so many premium interior finishes, heated, ventilated, massaging seats. It is amazing. And then top of the line is the ST line. And ST stands for Sports Technology, and this is a Ford performance vehicle. And this is gonna top out in the high 50s, and you're gonna have a bigger engine, and I'm gonna tell you everything that you need to know. So let's get started. Here's an information card on the red ST, just so you can see a little bit more. Rear-wheel drive, it is a 3-liter EcoBoost V6 with a 10-speed automatic transmission. You get 90 days of Blue Cruise. The color, Rapid Red Metallic. The active interiors, Onyx Active X series, and because it's the ST, you have this really pretty red stitching throughout. A little bit of added equipment, and the total MSRP is $57,000. You're gonna have ST on your key fob, and because of the way this is tuned, you're gonna have Ford Performance. This ST means Sports Technology, which is a Ford Performance product. And there's an Easter egg. Check that out. That is the Detroit Skyline. Established 1991, that's where it was established. And look at this. If you have a new Explorer, you need to see if yours also has the same Easter egg. This is the Chicago Skyline. Would you have known which Skyline was which? One of the cool things is that every trim level is gonna have this sound bar. This is a sound bar covered in fabric that goes all the way across your dash, not just in the ST, but let me show you. I am 90% sure that it's also in the active trim level. Now in active, it's not gonna be the upgraded B&O sound system, but it's still I think it's a unique feature, and I think it's one that I would enjoy. One of the Ford engineers was talking about how they want to be more relevant to their customers. This SUV has been around for 3 decades, and it needed a refresh and a glow up. And they kept what is tried and true and loved about Explorer the same. This is not a complete redesign. This is a mid-cycle refresh. And that really, the most refreshing part is in the tech, which is now where it should be currently in 2025. And so getting back to what the engineer said, when you're looking at the customer base, a lot of them, their comfort zone, they sit in the living room, and what are you doing? You're sitting in your favorite chair or on your favorite couch, and you're looking at your big screen TV, and you have your surround sound or your sound bar, and these types of things are what make you comfortable, your climate. And so that's why we have really nice bolstering and nice materials in these seats. In the higher trim levels, in Platinum, your seats are heated, ventilated, and massaging for both first row passengers, which is phenomenal. You have this color, 15-inch color touchscreen standard on every trim level. Everyone gets this wrapped soundbar that covers all the way from pillar to pillar. So they've really done things to try to bring what you need and what you want into the new Explorer. And we're going to continue to do a tour and dive in, and I'm going to show you exactly what's on the screen, how to use it. Of course, we're going to get into the second and the third row and the cargo space, because when it comes to families, that's where I just cannot compromise in those areas. So I'm going to see if they pass the mom test, the mom of two boy test. Can we put this thing through the paces? And I did some off-road driving, and I will tell you unequivocally yes, and I will stick that in at some point of the footage so you can see what it's like going down muddy roads, dirt roads, two-track, loose gravel. I did it all. But enough about driving right now. We'll come back to that. I'm hotter than a cat on a hot tin roof. I was going to say whore in church, but I was trying to keep it clean. Oh my golly, let's get that breeze in here. I still can't complain though because it's 150 in North Carolina and it's only 80 here. Here's some more specifics on the powertrains. So I told you the 2.3 makes 300 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. You have the option to have all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, and then you see the EcoBoost V6, 400 horsepower and 415 torque. And there's your MPG, which I did not mention earlier. So obviously smaller engine, better MPG, 23 on average, and then on the V6 still, the V6 still 21 on average, which honestly I'm not mad at. Let's talk grills and front end. When you see a new Explorer coming, you will be able to tell what trim level it is pretty much by the grill. So the grill is a little bit bolder in my opinion. Every trim level has LEDs all the way around, and I don't have the keys to this one so I can't show you it lit up, but I'll show you on the ST. You do have LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights, and you have this black gloss coating that has a little aerodynamic added bonus there. Under the hood you have a 2.3 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and I'll put the horsepower and torque up. I think it's 300, but I've looked at so many numbers today I don't want to misquote. So I'll definitely let you know for sure. But compare the grill on active, your entry-level trim level, with your grill on ST. And this is a busy day and a lot of us are working in tandem, so we might be in front of each other or beside each other, and that's just how it goes. So your ST, this is going to be sporty. That's why we have Explorer here in black. You notice we did not have that on active. We still have, of course, our blue oval. This black grille, I just love how it looks. I like the blacked out style with the darker trims and stuff. It appeals to me. Obviously, let me turn on these lights so that people don't drag me across the internet saying you talk about the lights and then you can't see them. Yeah, baby. I really like the style of these, how they're housed in here. Your fogs, your daytime running lights, it all looks really good. Under the hood of your ST, you're gonna have the 3.3 liter EcoBoost V6, and it'll be paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission. This baby's gonna make 400 horsepower, and it has a lot of get up and go. Really fun to drive. MPG, I do not have the most recent MPG numbers memorized, so this is a great point where I'm gonna, oh my God. So this is a great point. This wind is gonna put me down. I will insert MPG numbers right around here. One of the cool things about the 2025 Explorer ST, if you buy a new ST, you get to go to the Ford Performance Driving School. Just like if you were to buy a dark horse or something, it's not the same place. I know in North Carolina at the Charlotte Motor Speedway there's a Ford Performance School, and that's where a lot of the Mustang folks go, but and maybe Raptor, I will get back to you on that. But there is an ST driving school that if you get a new Explorer ST, you get to go drive, not yours, but one of theirs, and put her through the paces and like see exactly what your vehicle's capable of, which I feel like is a perk. That's why, I don't think that's why you buy this vehicle, but I think it's a really nice thing to have if you are buying this vehicle. Because not only does it do off-road stuff, but obviously it has a lot of get up and go. And if you're driving fast, you should drive fast safely. And we're looking at the back here, but I think that's a really great perk. And this is your grille on platinum, and it does. It looks more premium and upscale. Instead of just having the all black, you have this mixed with the metal and the black gloss. Again, you have your standard updated new LED lights with your LED fogs, which I showed you earlier. But notice, only ST had Explorer written out right here, which I really like. But as a more premium, you're still going to get your standard looking grille when it comes to the Platinum Explorer. Since we have this Platinum and it's clean and beautiful, I just want you to look at the black roof. I don't always love a two-tone, but in this case, I love it. I always like when this black contrasts, and then you have your roof rails to match and your side view mirrors, which are power adjusted and heated. You have your blind spot indicator in here, and of course your turn signal on the side. So there's a lot going on with your side view mirror. I just showed you the Easter eggs in the other trim level, and I just want, they are here. See? So you have, if I'm not mistaken, that's Detroit. And I think the Ford train station is in there. Is that the boxy building on the left? And then you have the Chicago skyline, which I showed you on the right. I just think that's so fun. I love an Easter egg. I wanted to show you these wheels, and I have my cheat sheet because, check this out. On Platinum, you have 3 different wheel choices to choose from, and you have 20s, and these I think are the 21s. These are the, I don't know, they aren't the dark alloy. What are these? Maybe these are the 20-inch polished, but these are the wheels you have to choose from on Platinum. You also have 3 wheel choices on Active, which I think is pretty awesome considering that's the entry level. And then of course, ST comes with that sporty, I call that like the 5-star. Is that what that, that's what I call it. Looks like a 5-star. That's not official verbiage, but there you go. Lots of wheel choices on the new Explorer, which I like. It's like a buffet. I like to customize my ride if I can afford to do so. In the back of Platinum and ST, you're gonna have Explorer spelled out here in black. And I don't know if it does this in Active, so we'll have to go check it out and compare. But I like this. It's subtle, but it's good. So you have your rear spoiler here with a brake light here, an exposed wiper, which a lot of people don't like. They want it tucked here. Honest to God, it's not a big deal to me. I just needed to clean the window. So I don't really get all worked up about that. Quad tip exhaust for those people who are a fan and want to see that. I think she said tow hitch or the tow package or whatever you want to call it is standard now. It's part of that standard package. And every Explorer tows 5,000 pounds. Also standard on every trim level is a power lift gate. And that doesn't mean hands-free necessarily, but it's power. So you can do it from your fob, you can do it from here. And I have to ask if there's any kick or hands-free. I'm not sure if there is or not. But let me tell you what is power. You can lay down your second row. Okay, that's your third row. You can lay down your second and, hold on. Okay, we're learning as we go. Well, let me show you what the second row looks like then, how we get that down, because it should be a button that you touch on the shoulder. And this is what's gonna bring your headrests up, and then you pull this and you can lay them down. Why is this important? Obviously, if you want to fold it flat, these are not removable. Sometimes your rear head restraints are removable, and if you were trying to install a car seat in the third row, sometimes that might trip you up a little bit, but the thing that's fabulous about this is that these are 2 seats, and I'll tell you more about that when we get inside. All the way to the front, I do want to see how you, tip and slide, and it is this button here on the shoulder, and that's how you can get into the third row. Hold on. All right, you kind of have to strong arm it. Let me see if there's another way. Obviously, there's a lever on the side. Oh, and then these are on rails, so they go up and back. This is not the most graceful segment, so I might have to do something with this, but we'll come back to this part. Since we're still in the cargo for a second, let me show you how much room you have when this third row is down. If I can get both seats down at the same time. Because if you do need a 6-passenger vehicle, and I should mention, you can get a bench even in the higher trim levels, I believe, which is really important for people who want a 7-passenger. It is available, and I think it would be a custom order, but you can do it. So under here, we have a little subfloor where you can hide stuff and store things so they're not rolling around. Sometimes I put my Costco haul, like I put that stuff in the subfloor so it's not rolling around like crazy. And you can also access just the side pockets, and there's some deep storage on both sides and a ton of cargo space here should you need that. So let's go see what it's like in the driver's seat. So I am in the driver's seat and we're about to start up the ST, and this is top of the line. It's so good in here, and I'm just going to tell you a couple of the things while this air is coming on. First of all, on your screen you have heated and ventilated seats and a heated steering wheel, and your controls are right here. However, this is which is automatic, and so it takes into account what you've set the temperature to and what the temperature is outside, and the car will intuitively either heat or cool your seats, which is absolutely amazing. That is the tech that I need in my life. There's so much to show you, I honestly don't know where to start. So we'll start with the steering wheel. It is power adjusted, so it will go in and out, up and down. So it's telescoping, and you can get it exactly how you want it, which I like. It is leather wrapped, this part is perforated, and it looks really good. I don't know if I would consider this. I think this is a little bit flattened off at the bottom, extra leg clearance, sportier, that sort of thing, helping you get in and out of your ST. You have ST badging here, red stitching like I was showing you earlier, red stitching all the way around. We have this fully digital driver display. You control your lights here on the left side. You do have power folding mirrors, and I think, can I do it? There we go. Love that feature. Heated steering wheel, and you can see here, this is power adjusted, which I told you, but I just want to kind of show you how to do it with this button. And I should have mentioned, for your 10-speed automatic transmission with your EcoBoost 3.3 liter V6, you have paddle shifters up top. You control your windshield wipers here. This has an upgraded B&O sound system. And in your, they call this the center stack. You have your 15-inch color touchscreen, and it's gonna have your Ford digital experience. And that means you have an integration of how you live your life on your device, your phone, and it comes right into the vehicle with you, so you don't have to stop life. You know what I mean? And it's a seamless integration. So this has Google built in, Google Maps, Google Voice, it has Alexa, it has all of your audio services, Spotify and iHeart and all of those things already built in. And why that's important is that if you do jump in the car and you don't have your phone on you, you're still using and operating those apps just as if you were connected. It still has CarPlay and Android Auto and that sort of thing. But I really like the fact that it's set up on its own app system. And there's, I guess it's the Google Play Store, you can get additional apps, I think. You can, when you're parked. So there's two different experiences. There's obviously your mobile experience when you're driving, when you're in motion, your in motion experience. And then there's when you're parked. And when you're parked, you can watch YouTube, Peacock, Amazon Prime Video. You can also play video games, and you can connect a controller, a Bluetooth controller, to the car to play your video games. I really hope my kids don't watch this video, because if they do, I'll be at the dealership next week because they'll go absolutely wild for it. I'm gonna bring you in for a closer look at this screen. And of course, it's sunny and I'm gonna have a glare, but work with me. You have games, Asphalt Nitro, which I've heard is really fun. I love the graphics. This is just so cool. And from my understanding, like I said, you can download a couple more things from Google Play. I didn't want to get into all of this. Okay, oh my gosh, look at this. My Ford Shelby GT350 multiplayer quick race. Let's just do a quick race. I mean, why not? In New Zealand, oh, okay. I'm gonna have, who am I racing against? Select a car for this race. Well, it's gonna have to be a Ford. Let's play. All right, what am I doing here? I just fell into this and I have absolutely no idea how to play this, but come with me, YouTube. We're gonna do this together. And we're enjoying the cold air, to be honest with you. Okay, skip. I wonder if I need a controller. What kind of controller would I use? Would I use my finger? Okay, this is a dumb question. Do I use the drive mode selector? Can I play it without a controller? Oh, straight, left, okay. All right, I can do it with a touch. You get the point. I'm gonna pause this, but it is fun. So in addition to that, one of the really cool things, I'll insert some footage here, WebEx. You can do your video calls from your Explorer, which is freaking wild. And we did it. We did one. If you're paused and stationary, you'll see people and hear the audio. If you start driving, the screen will go out, but you will still have the audio, which I think is very cool And talk about a flex of getting used to like how we've been after the pandemic. I hate to say pandemic and talk about that, but you know what I mean. The world changed. You have all these other features here in the app system. And for the first time ever, we have ambient lighting, and I can't show you because it's so darn bright, but trust me on this one. There's nothing you can't do. Your nav's built in. Here's all the colors you have to choose from with your ambient lighting. I want to be blue. Make it the darkest it can be, so maybe I'll be driving it later. Here's how you can control your seats. Nobody in Michigan is happier than me when I got into the Explorer and realized that these seats massage. You can probably hear it. So you have lower rolling, upper rolling, circular cushion massage, full recovery mode, which I need, relax, recovery. So whatever you're in the mood for, your seat can adjust. It's also, like I told you, heated and ventilated. And for this massage function, you can up the intensity. I need all 10 of 10 in the massage. And I wonder if I can massage for the rest of this video or if this sound is just gonna be like, what is happening? It's a little bit loud, but when I do these press drives, I don't use the radio and stuff that much because I wanna hear the engine and see if I think it's loud. And I don't know, I'm just kind of focused on not wrecking the car that I don't own. Let me show you this area. This is your wireless charging pad, and this is an area for another phone, your passenger's phone to sit. This is not a wireless charger, but it is really nice and sticky, so you know where, not sticky, but you know what I mean. It's really nice, and your stuff won't roll around there. You also have additional storage under here, and an additional USB, USB-C, and 12-volt plug. And that's just really deep. You can put a bunch of stuff in there. You have your drive mode selector here. I was touching the wrong thing, but I knew what I meant. Okay. This is your gear shifter in this knob, your automatic, your electronic parking brake, your drive mode selector, your 2 cup holders, another little storage area here, and plenty of storage under your armrest with another 2 USB-C charging ports. And what do we have down here? Just a little piece with another 2 USB-C charging ports under your armrest. Obviously, traditional glove box. You do have these buttons pulled out, and let me tell you what we have here. Your auto stop start, which I know people go, this is so polarizing. Your parking chimes, and obviously your hazards, your camera button. Let me get out of parking. Camera. We've got some really nice cameras around this Explorer. You have your 360 view, and you can toggle and pick what you want to see. Front, lower from the front. You can look at that's your tow hitch, your trailer hitch, and the rear view. There's a Platinum parked behind me and an Active parked in front of me, so you can see what's behind you. So really clear, really good cameras you access from here. Your traction control button. You have valet mode, hill descent control. You can do more settings on your screen. Power lift gate. Let's see, power or manual. Obviously we want power. Your driver assistance suite. Let me just show you a little of this. Adaptive cruise control, speed limit assist. With that, you have your lane keep, your pre-collision assistance, your rear view camera, blind spot, cross traffic, reverse braking, and driver alert. So if you're not paying attention, it will prompt you. This has Blue Cruise, and I'm going to tell you all about that. But you have sensors around the vehicle and cameras to make sure you're paying attention. And Blue Cruise is really, really easy to use, and I'm excited to show you when we get there. I will insert that information for you. But at this point, I think we have looked at a lot of things from the front seat, and I think it's time to go and check out the second and third rows. I really like the second row in the new Ford Explorer. I should have shown you this in the front as well, but there's a lot of really enhanced soft touch surfaces. So you have leather around on your doors and on the console and on the sides, and it really just feels premium and upscale in here. We have the round vents up at the top for both the second and third row passengers. And for the ultimate family vehicle, we have sunshades. When you're driving, baby, you can shade, baby. You have a coat hook old school, still like it. A bottle holder in the door and an additional bottle or cup holder down in the side. So really 2 in the door and an additional 2 here. And these look a little smaller, but they have these little rubber bandy, elasticy sides, so they stretch a little bit, but nothing crazy. You can control your climate on the back of this console. These seats are heated in the upper trim levels. You have a place to charge with 2 USB-Cs, and you also have a traditional household plug. You have more of that red ST stitching back here, and in the platinum, to get into the 3rd row, there's a button and the seat will tip and slide. In this trim level and on other trim levels, there's this, what do we call it, a lever on the shoulder, and it's going to tilt and it's gonna tip and slide. I always try to be careful when I say tip versus tilt. The seat bottom does not tilt, so you would have to uninstall a forward-facing car seat in the Explorer versus some other cars where the car seat will dip and slide forward, which seems like an overdrawn explanation, but it's important if you're gonna have car seats. So you have 4 sets of lower latches, obviously in each of your outboard 2nd row seats, and you also have 2 additional lower latches in the 2nd row. And then you have top tethers, obviously, for all of them. And I'm gonna tell you what I love about this 3rd row. Like I said, to get into the 3rd row, I'm gonna pull this handle on the shoulder. You do have, I'm gonna say a tread area, a very easy to step on area. I don't even know how to describe it necessarily, but it kind of helps get some grip, some leverage when you're getting into the 3rd row. And I'm gonna close this door. Oh, nothing I do is graceful, including this. And, oh my gosh. Okay. Pull this seat back. These seats are on rails, so this is pretty far up. And with it very far up, I think you can see I have good leg room. I'm gonna bring it back so you see the difference, because this person in the 2nd row doesn't have great leg room. So this is with it all the way back. This is not really for me, an adult size 3rd row. I would not be comfortable riding here for very long. In all fairness, I'm not comfortable riding in a bunch of 3rd rows for very long. You can put your seats down the middle aisle if you wanted to, but for older kids and teenagers, this area is totally fine. What I love about this 3rd row, there's only 2 seats. We didn't try to pretend that you could fit a butt right here. So you have 2 head restraints, 2 seat belts, 2 sets of the lower latches. It's very, I just don't know why we're trying to squeeze an extra 3rd seat. It doesn't make that much sense to me. A storage cubby over here, a bottle holder on each side, and I have 2 USB-C charging ports just on the passenger side, the right side of the vehicle. So pretty standard 3rd row. I don't love it, I don't hate it, but I don't love or hate any 3rd row. So there's that. I'm in the driver's seat, which is ventilated and massaging right at this moment. And I'm getting ready to take off so that I can experience Blue Cruise. And I'll tell you all about it, but here's a couple things you should know. Blue Cruise is available on almost every trim level, but not all. And when you buy the Explorer new, you get a 90-day free trial. After that, you do pay per month that you want a Blue Cruise. After that, it is a monthly subscription, or you can purchase it for the year, which I'm going to assume has a little bit of more of an incentive, a price break. The thing that I think is really great, a lot of people get so offended because you'd think with the technologies there, why do I have to keep paying for it? This is such bull. But let's just say that you have hockey tournaments or soccer tournaments or traveling baseball, and you only want to use Blue Cruise when you're burning up the highways, and that's only 4 months a year. We'll only pay for Blue Cruise 4 months a year. They don't hold you into a 12-month contract or anything like that. If you just want to do it in December when you're driving across the country to go see grandma, only pay for it then, which I do like the freedom and flexibility of that, because we're going to pay for these features no matter where they're getting put. So at least you can pay for it when you need it and when you want it. And I'll tell you that it's a really good intuitive technology, and here's how you use Blue Cruise. I am on Highway 94 or something in Michigan, and I want to use Blue Cruise almost, I will say, for the 2nd time. I've done it once. It's really easy to use, and this is for hands-free driving that will speed you up, slow you down, and change lanes. So to activate your Blue Cruise, you want to press this button. And then on my screen, I know when I'm fully engaged when it says hands-free and I see those blue lines. I am not at the speed I want to go because the speed limit's 70. So I'm going to bump it up. Can I do, no, over here. Is that how I increase my speed? My speed is set to 68. And you can see that down here, right beside the speed limit sign, which is 70. But there's a lot of traffic and there is one of the concrete trucks in front of me. And semis rolling past. So if you look at this, you can set how many car lengths distance you want between you and the car in front of you. So this is living on the edge. This is the closest gap, which means I'm not going to be as conservative. No, that's what that is. That is the most conservative. So that leaves more car lengths between me and the vehicle in front of me. And since I don't own this car, that's what we're going to do. And I never know what to do with my hands.
Put them in your lap.
I'm so used to having them there. I'll just put them here. I want to try to change lanes for you, but I don't really have an opening yet, and I don't want to just sit here with the blinker on for an hour. Turn on my turn signal. My Explorer is going to look for an opening. Is it going to let me go? Oh, it might. The car behind me, the truck behind me, got out of the way. Look at that. So I changed lanes. All hands free. So the hope is that this isn't a driver's assistance. It's a level 2 driver's assistance system. That's a whole mouthful. So it's not fully autonomous driving. You still have to be here, be present, and paying attention, but you don't have to be so stressed, watching the speed limit, watching for cops, making sure you're not swerving in the lane. And this has a really cool technology that's like a lane centering technology. Somebody's rushing up on me. Like a lane centering technology, and it can discern, it can sense when you have a car that may be drifting a little or a wider vehicle on your right, and it will give you a little buffer for more comfort. I don't know if you can see that. I just felt it a little bit. It's probably so minuscule that you wouldn't notice. But the big concrete truck was on the right, and we swayed just a tiny bit to the further left part of my lane as opposed to riding right in the center, which I think is a cool technology. That might be the first time I've used that particular piece of the hands-free driving. Here's what the light interior looks like. Here's Scotty Reese.
Don't we look better in light interior?
Mm-hmm. Isn't it pretty? This is the Platinum with the lighter interior. These are really nice seats, and they're very comfortable. I like it in here. This has been a really comfortable ride. We've done Blue Cruise. I forgot to show you that there is a beautiful pano sunroof that goes all the way back, but it's too bright and too hot for us to keep that open. But it's a good one. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of the 2025 Ford Explorer. There's so much to tell you about and so much to see. Sometimes I get things wrong or I notice I miss things, and I'll try to put it in the editing process in a box or make notes, so check for that. If I'm your vibe and you like this kind of car tour, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications. You can find me all over social media. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and I even have a website, realmomcartours.com. So let me know what you think of the 2025 Explorer, and let me know which trim level you would buy. And I think that's all I have from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Thanks for watching.